What's going on, guys? It's been about a month since I last did a gaming pickup video, and honestly, I didn't think that I would even get another one of these in before the end of the year. Just been so busy with life, and just recently got married a few weeks ago, which, by the way, went perfect. I'm going to show you a few clips here just because I know you're going to be interested in it. It was beautiful. You know, married to the love of my life. I couldn't have asked for anything more. Didn't think that I'd get too many more pickups before the end of the year, but I did pick up a few things, so I wanted to make sure I got one last video in before we roll into 2022. So sit back and enjoy. And even though it's not really pickup related, I did want to talk about something at the wedding that I did recently get for my best man and groomsmen, who are also huge gamers. I picked up, I actually made these custom controllers off of the Design Lab, the Xbox Design Lab. And let me just see if I can just focus that in. This one's mine that I picked up. So it is the colors of the wedding. You can see it says groom right there. And yeah, so I picked these up for my best man and my groomsmen there. And it says best man and groomsmen. I wanted to stick to the theme of the colors for the wedding. And they turned out awesome. This is like an excellent controller. And I won't be using it. I'll probably just keep it on the stand for display, but I just thought I'd show you guys this. And in my last video, I talked about how my sister and my mom, they frequent these free sites that you can find on Facebook. And this is just they're just groups where people will give away things they no longer want, or you can give away things that you no longer need as well. Just like kind of passing it on type idea. And so they picked me up 2 Xboxes recently. And the first one here is the Halo Edition Xbox 360. Unfortunately, it doesn't work perfectly. It does give the red rings. I did do the towel trick on it. It worked for about maybe 15 minutes and then stopped working again. I think I know the fix to this. I did open it up. I cleaned it up. I just haven't got around to doing the fix yet. But just for on the shelf and everything, it looks awesome. And as well, they also picked me up just a regular old 20 gig one. This one still works perfectly. I've been actually using this one as my daily now. And no issues with it. I actually don't have an original Xbox 360, like original white one like this one. So it'll be great for the collection as well. And the Halo Xbox didn't actually come with any controllers or anything like that, just the Xbox itself. And actually, while we were on our what we call mini moon, because we can't really go on a full-on honeymoon, we stopped at a couple thrift stores, and I actually ended up finding the Halo controller there for $5.99. And for $5.99, that was an absolute steal. I haven't even opened it up yet, but yeah, I'm happy with that. So that'll be perfect for the collection as well. And anybody who knows me knows that I'm a huge fan of rhythm games, and I actually just picked up Beat Saber on the Oculus Quest 2. And one of my buddies actually just had me play Ragnarok on the Oculus, or actually on his Vive. And man, that game is a lot of fun. So I'm just waiting for that to go on sale on the Oculus Quest, and I'll probably be picking that up as well. So one of the recent things I did pick up, which I used to own back in the day, and I don't know what happened to it, but I did pick up the DJ Hero turntable here. I still don't have the game, but I'm sure I can pick that up probably for like $1 or $2. So I ended up picking that up for $5.99. And it's in good shape, and it wouldn't be a gaming pickups video if I didn't pick up something that was Assassin's Creed related. So I did pick up the Assassin's Creed Syndicate Player's Guide just recently, and so it just goes to the collection of player's guides that I have, and I have quite a few now. And I just recently picked up this OptiFix Pro by Memorex, and it's never been opened before. Well, it's beat up, but it is brand new. I picked that up for $9.99, and let me just see if I can zoom in, or at least focus on what it's showing there. So it is showing that it does work on the GameCube, Xbox, and PlayStation 2 discs. And the reason I wanted one of these is just because I do have games that don't work because they're so scratched up. And I have tried the toothpaste trick and things like this, but unfortunately I could just never get them working. Super Monkey Ball, for example, on GameCube. So I want to give this a try, and I'll probably do a video on this just to see how well it works, and if it does clean up a lot of my games that are pretty beat up. And as well, it would not be a gaming pickup or thrift store pickup if I didn't pick up an HD DVD. And I did pick up Jet Li's Fearless recently. I think I paid just $1 for this. Can't remember where I got it, but it was really cheap when I found it. Some of the places are getting a little ridiculous though with the HD DVDs. I know Value Village, for example, like they wanted $15, $16 for some of their HD DVDs, and honestly, it's not a expensive format. So I don't know why who who gave them the idea that it needs to be $16 for Good Luck Chuck or whatever they are. So so I found this for just a couple bucks. I don't pay any more than $2 for an HD DVD pretty much. And now we'll just go through some of the games that I picked up recently. And the first one was South Park Stick of Truth on the Xbox One. This actually came with one of the Xbox 360s that my mom and my sister picked up for me. I've already played this game and beaten it, but it is a good game for the collection. It's a hilarious game.
Find his running shoes. Just kidding. But I think this might be another ploy by the Bishop of Banff to have Montreal allowed back into the kingdom. Some Canadians think our nation should be united again, my lord.
And this game is like unbelievably hilarious. So if you haven't played this game, I do recommend trying it out. Next up is a couple N64 games that I recently picked up. I picked them up at Value Village for just not really a couple bucks each. I picked up Extreme G2, and I picked that up for $5.99. I don't know if that'll come in or not. But this is a good collection. This is a good game to have for the collection. I was really big into Extreme G on the GameCube. I never really got into the N64 ones, but awesome racing game to play. And Extreme G2 is just an awesome game to have for the collection. And one of the other ones I picked up was Battle Tanks. I don't know if this was really a good price for it. I paid $6.99. I was actually just surprised to see N64 games at Value Village. It's rare to see them in our Value Villages anyways. And at a price that's less than $10. So, and this one I was happy with. I used to have this game when I was a kid. I used to try to play this game with a steering wheel when I was a kid, actually on my N64. And that's Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer. And I paid $5.99 for that game. Again, I don't know if it's a good price or not. I can't remember if I even entered these into price charting yet. But I just wanted it for the collection. At $6, I'm going to get it. And finally, out of the N64 games I picked up was WWF Warzone. And I picked that up for $2.99. And honestly, $2.99 for any N64 game at Value Village, and at least in my area, is a steal. And so if I see any game at $2.99 that's N64 or game, like anything less than a GameCube, like if you're looking at Dreamcast, N64, Super Nintendo at $2.99, I'm probably going to pick it up. So I picked up, Warzone, not the best wrestling game. It's no revenge, it's no mercy, but it's good for the collection. And I was a huge wrestling fan growing up, and I love Stone Cold, and Stone Cold's right there on the cover. So one of the other games I did pick up was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, and I picked that up for $9.99. Probably not the best deal for that game, but one thing about me is that I have nostalgia for some games, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 was the first Game Boy Advance game I ever got. And I remember saving up babysitting money to get my Game Boy Advance, and got my Game Boy, and I got the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 on it, and I love that game. So wanted to try out Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 on the Game Boy Advance at $10. I really can't complain. It's good for the collection. I like collecting the Tony Hawk games. And this is just one of those games that you see and you just pick up randomly. You're not sure if it's worth anything or even if you want to have it in your collection down the road. But I found a boxed Glee Karaoke Revolution. And the box is a little beat up, that's for sure. Like down below here, it's a little beat up. But if you look inside, the game's never been opened. The microphone's never been used. So I ended up picking that up for $3.99 at Value Village. And, I figured, maybe I'll open it up someday. Maybe I'll try it. Maybe I won't. But I like having boxed games. And I especially like having games that have never been opened. And lately what I've been into is trying to find only on type games. So like only on Xbox, only on GameCube, things like that. So I ended up finding Tao Fang on the original Xbox. Picked that up for $8. That's a little expensive. You can kind of see that over there. That was at a Value Village that was in a smaller area. But it is complete in box, so I just wanted to have that for the collection. I picked this one up also on our Mini Moon, so I think I was just in that spending zone where I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get it. $8, whatever. And just sticking to the same theme, I ended up finding Star Fox Adventures, and I picked this up because it was only for GameCube. It was the last rare game that was made on the GameCube. I never actually even owned it when I was younger. I was into it though, like I liked the idea of it and everything, but just never really played it that much and never beat it, that's for sure. So I'll probably go back and I'll play this game at some point and just check it out. I remember the fur physics and stuff being like revolutionary back in the day, so I kind of want to go back and see what it looks like now. $20 was a little expensive. It was one of those games that's like behind the glass, they don't put out for people just to grab and go purchase. You have to actually ask somebody to come over and open up the glass and view it and stuff like that. So Not the best price, but I also couldn't pass it up at the same time. In this pickup recently, I actually already own this game. But I have I have a box that's pretty beat up for it, so I just wanted to get a better box for it. And that was Dave Mears Freestyle BMX 2, and I was a huge fan of this game when I was a kid. I was really into these BMX games, Tony Hawk games, things like that. And so I ended up picking that up for $3.99, and hopefully that shows up there. But $3.99, that was pretty much a steal. The box is in a lot better condition. The other one I have has stickers all over it, and it's pretty beat up, so I was glad to get this. And again, just sticking to my only for and exclusives type games that I'm trying to look for. I did pick up Heavy Rain on the PlayStation 3 recently. I picked up a PlayStation 3 during COVID. And finally, guys, for $80, I picked up a PlayStation Super Slim, PlayStation 3, I should say. It came with 27 games, one controller. So I think it was last year, maybe 2020, that I picked it up, and I picked it up with a bunch of games. So I've been slowly starting to get some of the exclusives for the PlayStations, and so I'm happy to have this part of my collection. I've never played it. I honestly don't even know very much about this game, but other than it's an exclusive. So I picked that up for $5.99, and so it's good for the collection. And we all know about the Xbox and Burger King deal that they had, and everybody remembers Sneak King, and I have Sneak King in my collection as well. But one of the ones I don't have is Big Bumpin', made by Burger King, only for the Xbox. And it says it works on the Xbox 360 and original Xbox, which I just realized just now on the front there. So I picked that up for $4.95. I'll probably give it a try at some point. It looks like one of those goofy games that you would try with your buddies one weekend just for good laughs. And for some reason, when I'm at Value Village and I see GameCube games just out on the floor, not behind glass shells and things like that, I get this weird feeling that I need to pick them up. And so I did pick up Army Men Sarge's War, and I picked that up for $8. Let's see if I can see it there. But anyways, I picked that up for $8. Not the best of deal, probably. I have to enter it into price charting and see, but I don't have it on the collection. I did enjoy Army Men back in the day. I don't know if I've ever played Sarge's War before, but I'd be willing to give it another try. And every now and then I come across a Wii game that looks enticing to me, and I was at Value Village and I picked up Marvel's Superhero Squad, and I've never heard of this game before. I picked it up for $8, and I'm kind of into the Marvel stuff lately. I've been watching Hawkeye. Just recently got into WandaVision, and it's I'm getting a little hyped again for it. So I saw this. I was like, you know what, this looks pretty cool. It looks a nice Wii game. I like the case is really what caught my eye. The back of it looks pretty cool as well. Let's see if I can get that in there. But for $8, it's good for the collection. I'll probably bust it out at some point. I do want to get the Wii out. I want to try to get a nice open area in my house and get the Wii back out and start trying out some of these games with a nice open spot where I can kind of flail around and do wild moves and stuff like that. And this is just another one of those rhythm games that I picked up recently, and I honestly don't even know if it's good. I never even heard of it before, but it's Pop Star Guitar for the Wii, and it caught my attention because it is a rhythm game, and B, because it has, probably can't even see it, but Blink 182 on the back of it. And if you look behind me, I'm actually, let's see if I can point right to it without looking. I'm a huge Blink 182 fan, and I picked this up. I honestly don't remember where I picked this up. Now that I'm looking at it, doesn't have a price on it, but I couldn't have paid more than just a couple bucks for it. So I'm happy with the collection. I'll probably bust this out once I get the Wii out. And a couple other things that I now have for the collection is Xbox demo discs. And so I found this one recently at Value Village, the same place where I found the Tao Fang. Price isn't the best again. I mean, it was $3.99. But you know what? These demos, they don't make them anymore. So it is cool to have, and it's cool to see. And I was actually playing with one of these recently, and I didn't even realize that these things have Easter eggs in them. They have things that they don't mention that are on the disc. It's very cool the way they used to do these things, and it's kind of cool to look back in time and see all the demos that they used to release, and this is how they would show off games in magazines like this, and this is what would be included. And the other system I've been kind of looking for whenever I get a chance is the Wii U. I actually think that the Wii U is going to be the next GameCube in a way, where right now it's kind of in its lull. It's kind of cheap, but I think it's going to skyrocket over time. And yeah, I know the games are on the Switch, and I know that you can get them on the Switch, so maybe that'll bring the value down. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think that they sold so few of these units, and some of them have battery issues and things like this, that to have a pristine Wii U in box is going to be something that's valuable later on in our lives, just like the GameCube is now. At one point, when I used to work at EB Games, the GameCube was $24.99 used. You could buy a complete in box, $24.99. And now you just think about that, was just laughable. You can't find GameCubes for $25. So I ended up picking up Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on the Wii U, and I picked that up for $5.99 at Value Village. And I don't think it's complete in box. Yeah, actually it is complete in box. So it even has all the other, pins and Club Nintendo stuff and everything else. So that's good for the collection. These Nintendo games always retain value, and I just like to have them for the collection anyways, not like I'm reselling or anything like that. But I haven't actually played this game before, so I'm looking forward to giving it a try. And one of the other games that I picked up for the Wii was Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. And I just like the case, really. Like, the case is awesome. And I only picked this up for $3.99, so that's a pretty good deal for a Mario and Sonic game. It's in really good condition. I've never really even actually played these Olympic games. I'm sure they're a lot of fun. When I look at the back, it kind of looks like, a Mario Party style type game. But it looks like it'd be a lot of fun if you had like a nice open area and you had some buddies over. And I also picked up Super Mario Galaxy on the Wii, and I actually don't have this game at all, and I actually never really even played Super Mario Galaxy before. I know it's on the Switch now, but I'll probably just play it on the Wii and give it a try at some point. I picked that up only for $5.99, and I got this game, and I got the Tropical Freeze and a couple other games that at the same time that I got the N64 games. I actually just bought a huge give them all to me. I want all these games. They're so cheap. So this is good for the collection. The Mario games are always great to have, and definitely get around to trying this game at some point because I know it gets high praise and it's really loved. And finally, I did end up picking up a couple Xbox 360 Kinect games. I ended up picking up Game Party in Motion, which I've never heard of before. It looks like a Wii Party type game. I do have a Kinect on the Xbox 360. I've never even tried it. I picked it up at a Value Village at one point as well. I just have it for the collection. At some point, I would like to try these Kinect games. It kind of goes in that theme of having like a nice open area where I can play my Oculus Quest 2. I can play Wii games. I can play Kinect games if I wanted to with buddies or just by myself, get some exercise and things like that. So yeah, I picked up Game Party in Motion, and I picked up Carnival Games Monkey See, Monkey Do. And both of them were $3.99. Not the greatest price, but I kind of like having these Kinect games in my collection. The cases are a little bit different. They're purple. And I think they'd be probably pretty cool to just try out and see if the mini games are any fun. So that's it for me, guys. I'm pretty happy with this haul that I got most recently, and it's going to be great for the collection. I probably won't do another video until 2022 just because Christmas is right around the corner, but the pickups will continue, the videos will continue, so make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure to comment if you played any of these games as well down below. But for now, guys, have a good one.